friends, it's me, Genevieve123, and welcome to my June TBR. I have so many books I want to read in June. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a great month. I'm taking part in a read-along and then 2 readathons, and they all are going to be super fun, and everyone seems so nice. It's like taking part in them so far, so I'm just really excited. Before I get started into all the books and rules and all that stuff, I have new shelves. Ooh, I completely reorganized my room. I got this small skinny shelf and I love it. I love them. I will have a shelf reorganization video up at some point, but it's a lot to edit and I'm kind of busy with school right now and I really want to get reading more, especially with my TBR for June. So we'll see when that comes out, but it will be coming out at some point. Just wanted to make a mention. This is what they look like now and I love it. So to the books I'm going to read. There's a lot, but I want to be more chill with myself with just like, oh, these are books that I'm interested in reading and not like specific, I need to read that book, because I read a lot of books like this month in May that were not on my TBR and were not books I was supposed to be reading, but I read them and I enjoyed them. So this month I want to be more chill, so I'm more open, so I'm not like, ugh, Jenna, you shouldn't be reading this right now, you should be reading that, and not have to deal with that. So that is my goal. The first couple books are books that I actually for sure want to read, but the rest of them I'll just, I hope I get to this, but we'll see. So there we go. It is also Pride Month. June is Pride Month and I'm so excited. I think, not all of these books, most of these books are LGBTQ+, which I am really excited about, and I'm just gonna get started. First off, the read-along is the Crown of Feathers read-along hosted by Faye Crate and I believe Gabby L. Bugs. I'll link the Instagram post down below. It is amazing. So Crown of Feathers is a trilogy by Nikki Palpetto and I love it and I love her and it's amazing, and the third book is coming out July 13th, I want to say. So Faye Crate is hosting this read-along to kind of hype yourselves up and reread or read the books before the last one comes out. I'm so excited. Crown of Feathers, hopefully we'll have finished in May. I still have a week left. I'm not even close to being done, but hopefully I'll finish it this May. And then I'll read Heart of Flames in June. This is a book about phoenix riders, phoenix riding, and then just animages, having animal magic at all is outlawed in this place now, and so Veronica really wants to be a phoenix rider and wants to find them, and lots of stuff goes on. There is an amazing cast of characters and I love them all. This book does have one of our characters, our main characters, is LGBTQ. I don't actually know what he is, but it's an MM relationship, so we love it. And this book is just so great. It's so good and you should read it, and yeah. I'm excited. So that's the read-along. Then the first readathon that I'm taking part in is the Studio Ghibli Beadathon, which I think is just so precious. It has 8 co-hosts, so I think I'll only link one of the announcement videos down below instead of all 8, but in that announcement video's description it'll say all the rest of them, so you can watch them all. And it is just, each host chose a favorite movie and then made up 3 prompts for each movie, and it's just really cute. I'm so excited. I've only ever watched one Studio Ghibli movie and that was Spirited Away, but I really enjoyed it and I really want to watch the rest of them, which is perfect because they're doing little movie watching parties throughout the month, which I think is just so cute, and I'm going to try and join all of them. So I can't wait. Because I haven't really seen any, I didn't want to just do Spirited Away because it was the only movie I saw. How I'm going to do this readathon is I did the little BuzzFeed quiz that they made to see which one I am, and I got from up on Poppy Hill. So I'm going to be reading the 3 prompts for that movie plus the group book, and then if any of the other books I read throughout the month count as a different prompt, I'm going to add it and see how much I can do on the bingo board, and I'm just excited. It's going to be so cute. So the 3 prompts that I have to fit, first of all, the group book. The group book that we're going to be reading is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. So I haven't watched the movie, I haven't read the book. All I really know about it is that the book and the anime are different, but that doesn't mean anything to me because I haven't consumed either. I think it's about this girl who, like, has this curse, and so she looks like this old woman, and then she, like, meets this guy, Hal, who has, like, a floating castle, a moving castle, and, like, it's his maid for a bit or something. I don't know, I know it's gonna be really out there. It's gonna be something that I haven't read before / watched before, because I'm also planning on watching it, and I'm just excited. I think it's gonna be fun. Then I have, for my actual prompts, I have read a book featuring loss. For this, I'm going to be reading They Both Died at the End by Adam Silvera. Pretty self-explanatory. Both the main characters are going to die, and so they're going to have to be dealing with that loss. I think how this world works is that they tell you, like, some kind of, I don't know how they know, but they tell you that you're going to die in the next 24 hours. And then they also tell you who else is, so then you can, like, kind of hang out together on your last day on Earth. And I know it's going to be sad, and in my mind, I'm like, they're not going to die. Like, there's no way they're gonna, like, actually make the main characters die. But also, I'm like, it's literally called They Both Died at the End. You know, so not ready for this book. I know emotionally I am not prepared, but it definitely features loss because they're gonna lose their lives. So yeah, I also believe that this book is LGBTQ. Then I have read a book with a competition, and so for this I'm going to be reading I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. It is about a girl who wants to be the next K-pop star, so she joins this K-pop competition, like this television reality show competition thing, I think. However, she's plus size, so she's gonna have to deal with, like, the fatphobic beauty standards of media and whatnot, but I also believe it's a romance, and it just seems so cute, and I just love the cover, and it's amazing. This is tagged as LGBTQ on Goodreads, so we'll see if it is. I think it will be. Finally, I have read a book with sibling bonds, and for this, of course, I'm reading Heart of Flames, Veronica and Valika, I think is how I pronounce both their names. They are sisters, and they have quite the relationship, let's just say that, so exciting. Then, the next readathon that I'm taking part in is the Whatever-You-Want-A-Thon, or the Whatever-Thon, hosted by Book Browsing Blog. I'm horrible with names, I'm sorry. But I'm really excited, it's so much fun, and she's put so much work into it already, like, even just the spreadsheet. I love a good spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet to, like, track your points, phenomenal, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. I am very excited, very happy. It's gonna be fun. How it works, it's very much like personalized, so every person can join no matter what kind of books they read or like what pace they read at. You choose the amount of books that you want to read, like your goal, and then you also choose what team you're on, and then you get points if you read a book, you get points if you make progress on your goal, you get points if the book is LGBTQ+, a host favorite, or from like the genre of your team. So the team I chose to be on is Dreams and Drama Queens, and I just love the name. And this is kind of, their genre is sort of like magical realism, speculative fantasy. I think I'm gonna count like urban fantasy. Basically, I'm gonna count anything that I would consider fantasy that isn't like high or epic fantasy, which in my mind, high or epic fantasy is like a smaller thing, but it's gonna be broader for this readathon. Basically, if it takes place like kind of exclusively in like some kind of fantasy world, then I'm not gonna count it. But if it takes place like just kind of magic into our worlds or something to that effect, then I'm gonna count it for the genre. I don't really know. It'll depend on the book, I guess, but very, very excited. So there's also bonus points. There's 15 prompts, and I'm gonna try and like get a book that like hits each prompt, but there's bonus points for those, and yes. So the goal that I chose for myself was 16 books, which I know is a lot. However, I didn't want to do too easy because you get bonus points after you've passed your goal, and I didn't want to like push the system because I know I can read more than 12 books, and I want to do a multiple of 4. So it's like, I think I can do 16. Hopefully I'm not too busy with school, whatever, but like honestly, books, school, on my level of importance. Do not tell my parents that, but like, I think we all know the truth. Yeah, so the 15 prompts, I'm just going to read them out once, but I'll have the graphic here, hopefully, for the remainder of the video. So, cover reminds you of a pride flag, reread a comfort read, 5-star prediction, author's debut, out of comfort zone, held in the past year, India self-published, POC representation, a poll book, so you just kind of do a poll, fits a TBR prompt. For this one, I did the first video that I watched that was like some kind of TBR game, I chose their first prompt. So the first video I watched was by a book fiend named Mel, and she's also doing the readathon, so she did her roll of reads besides my Whatever-Thon TBR, and she like linked in the Discord, so I saw it that way, so I watched it, and the first prompt that she got for her video was a non-human main character, so for that prompt I'm gonna count every book that I read with a non-human main character is gonna fit that checkmark thing. Then we have buddy read, disability and mental health representation, bookish creators favorite list, cover features the team color, and finally, which my team color is green, so any color that has green on it. And then finally, the last letter in the title of the one book matches the first letter of the title of the next book. So for example, if I read I'll Be the One, and the next book I read starts with an E, then that'll count. Lots of prompts, lots of them are going to count for the same book. You can count up to 3 point-wise, but I'm going to put all of them in that could count just for fun. Then there's also all the Studio Ghibli readathon prompts that this might fall under as well. So I'm not going to go over that for every book. Hopefully I will have the like lists, like the pictures, the 2 graphics of prompts here, and then maybe I can like find a way to like circle them for each book as I go through and edit. That's my plan. You'll know watching this if that works out or not, but that's what I want to do. I'm not going to go over all the prompts because it can get a lot, so I'm just going to go into the rest of the books that I want to read. Okay, so first off, of course, the Tea Dragon Society and the Tea Dragon Festival, both by Katie O'Neill. I love these books so much. They're precious, they're adorable, they're about tea dragons and about these little romances, and they are amazing. They're amazing. So I love them. The 3rd book is coming out June 1st. It was supposed to, I think, come out last year because I had pre-ordered a copy, but it got pushed back for some reason. I don't know, but I'm just excited to finally get it. Just look at, like, that's just a random page. Beautiful. Stunning. I love it. Adorable. These books are LGBTQ, and I just can't wait. I will be purchasing the 3rd one. I don't really have a choice in the matter. It's just what happens. So, yes. Then, a book that I want to read for specifically, some books like I chose specifically for the prompts, other books I just am reading, is Scarlet Sun by Isabel Hansen. I read this book as an ARC last month because I'm actually friends with the author, so I read it to kind of give her like edits or like some of my comments and stuff, but I know that she's changed some things, and the physical book or ebook, whatever, the actual final copy of the book releases on June 1st, so I think I do want to reread it at some point in the month to see like the final thing, and also I'm purchasing a copy. I gotta support her, and I'm just really excited. Look how stunning this cover is. Like, let's just all take a moment. Okay, yeah, amazing. It's a book about first of all the characters are LGBTQ in some way. I think there's like 1 man, maybe 2 in like the entire book, so like I love that. She really just did that. It's a book about these like best friends going on a road trip because the one friend had like a bucket list, like our main character had a bucket list of all the things she wanted to do before she turned 20, so her friends are kind of helping her like achieve that and helping her reach that, like check all those things off, and a road trip was one of the things on the bucket list, and so it's really cute, it's really fun. She ends up, before they even leave on the trip, falling for one of her best friends, and so it's like, like I can't fall for you, but then like I actually am in love with you, and it's amazing. It was very fun, very funny. Would recommend, but it is self-published, so I'm gonna count that as my self-published / indie prompt, because I don't think any of my other books are self-published or like indie published. Then what do we have? Oh, then we have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. But before I can read The Song of Achilles, I'm gonna make myself read the Iliad by Homer, I guess. I'm making my friend Buddy read this with me, like the Iliad, and then this also I think is a buddy read because it's like a Discord channel to read this. I'm gonna be reading 1 book of the Iliad per day, and then so hopefully like I'll finish on the 26th, and then I'll have like the last 4 days of June to read this one. I've wanted to read this book for so long, and I finally got my hands on it, and so I'm very excited. It is a reimagining of the Iliad, or like a retelling, I guess, through Patroclus, through the perspective of Patroclus, and I know it's LGBTQ, and I've heard so many good things, and I absolutely adored Circe by Madeline Miller, so I can't wait to read another one. You don't have to read like the Iliad or even know anything about the Iliad to read this book. Madeline Miller has said, like, my books, I want them to be accessible to everyone, but I know that there's going to be extra little tidbits of information that I'm going to be able to get through having read the Iliad and like knowing the full like original story, and I want to be able to get everything out of this book that I can. I have really high hopes for it, so hopefully it won't let me down, but I don't think it will, and very excited. So then I have I Was Born for This and Loveless by Alice Osman. Both of these I believe are LGBTQ. This one I know is Own Voices, a romantic asexual, so we love to see it. I think this one is about a girl who ends up like becoming friends with this boy band, or it's about like a boy band in general. Not too positive. And then this one is about a girl who starts out at university and like being like uncertain of her feelings and whatnot. So I really love Alice Osman's work. If I read these two, then I'm done. I've read everything by her and I really want to be there. So for sure I'm going to read this one. Hopefully I'll read both of them. You also don't have to read these in order at all, but I'm going to. In addition, by Alice Osman, I might reread Heartstopper. I got the 4th volume last month in the mail, and then I accidentally read them all the next day because why not? I might reread it. I probably will, let's be honest. So that's the thing. Okay, then we have The Mermaid's Voice returns in this one by Amanda Lovelace. This is a poetry collection. It's part of Women Are Some Kind of Magic. I really like the other books and I want to get more into poetry, so my plan is to read, this is the last poetry book that I haven't read. I want to read them and then like just read them through, and then I want to try and annotate them at some point, but I don't know how to annotate them. So if you read poetry and you know how to read poetry, hit me up because your girl does not, but I'm still looking forward to it. Then another book that I kind of wanted to get to is Strange the Dreamer by Lanny Taylor. This is one of the host's favorite prompts, so I'll get like bonus points if I read it. I don't know what this is about. I think some guy is really obsessed with this city and then he ends up getting to go to the city. It's like magical sort of thing. It counts for my genre. Don't know too much about it. That's honestly it. Then another book I want to read is Felix Ever After by Casein Calendar. I've been wanting to read this for so long, since I got it last year. Another cover appreciation moment. Look at that. Look at him. This is gorgeous. It's about Felix, who is, I think, black, queer, and transgender. So lots of stuff going on. He ends up getting transphobic messages and then ends up in some kind of love triangle anonymous situation thing as he tries to catfish that person. I'm not too sure. I've heard so many good things about the book and I think I'm gonna like his journey, but I don't love the whole catfishing thing going on, so I don't know. We're gonna see. I do think I'm gonna really enjoy it though, and it is, of course, LGBTQ, so that counts. Then we have Mcguire's War by Nina Varela, and this book, you may recognize it. It was on my main TBR. I didn't get to it. I know it's not the end of the month yet officially, but I know I'm just not gonna read it, so hopefully we'll read it now. It's about Automé and a Nguyen. Automé have kind of taken over the place. It counts for the AI prompt for the Studio Ghibli Beadathon, which is good. And then it's like a romance between the two of them. It's sapphic, so it is LGBTQ. Not sure how I'm gonna love it, but I've heard good things about it. But I did read it before, and I only got like 30 pages in, so that's not really enough to be able to tell, at least for me personally. So I don't know. We're gonna try it again, and hopefully this time I actually get to it. Oh, and then I have these two books, which are very different, but I am going to do like some kind of poll between them. Actually, I'll do it right now. Poll, which one do you want me to read? Comment down below. I will explain them in a second. I'm also going to put it in the Discord, but Ironspark by C.M. Mcguire is about a girl who tries, it's like a standalone, it's about this girl who wants to kill the fairies because they like pushed her family into hiding, and she ends up going to this fairy world and has to deal with stuff. I don't think it's going to be like a romance, but I'm not sure. Swoon Reads. Is Swoon Reads in indie publishing? It might be. I don't know. But not quite sure. I'm pretty sure this book is LGBTQ, but I might be completely wrong. I should check before I say that. Okay, I do have it listed on Goodreads as LGBTQ+, so hopefully it is. Yeah, it just seems fun. I've heard no one talk about it, so I'm excited. And then we have Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie Micklemore. The only reason I have these two books on a poll is because I'm about the same amount of excited to read each of them, and then they both have like a Mick something last name, and then they just have like similar color schemes. That's literally the only thing tying these two together. This is a red shoes kind of retelling. So like 5 centuries ago, people put on shoes and then couldn't stop dancing. The whole town ended up like dancing to death or something. And then now it's happening again. So our main character like has to go meet this guy whose family was blamed for it all that time ago. It's a forbidding magic of a fairy tale with a modern story of passion and betrayal. Ooh, looking forward to it. So let me know which one. Honestly, I'll probably end up reading both. But let me know which one to read first. That's what the poll will be. Sorry. I'm losing it. It's fine. Okay. Then, hopefully, we'll see if we get to that. I want to read The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. I've been wanting to read the rest of his books for so long, and I know I say this so often, and I know this was also in my May TBR, but I'm actually going to do it in June. I'm going to at least read The Lost Hero, hopefully continue on with the series. It would have been perfect. I know his later books have more LGBTQ characters, so it would be perfect to read one of those, but I want to read them in like publication order, so I can't yet. It is the first book of the Heroes of Olympus series, which is the spin-off series to Percy Jackson, and it's about kind of Greek and Roman mythology. We meet a whole new cast of characters in addition to the ones that we already know and love, and it is very good, and I haven't read it since I was little, so looking forward to it. Finally, we have A Curse So Dark and Lonely and Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kamama. I'm sure I want to read Heart So Fierce and Broken, but I don't really remember what happens, so I might also be reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely just to kind of recall what's going on. This one is about our main character. What is her name? I already forget. Harper. Main character Harper, she has cerebral palsy, so the reason I put these books on the TBR is for the disability rep. She gets like whisked away into this Beauty and the Beast world, essentially. It is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and then I believe the next book like picks up and like does its own thing from there. But I remember really liking it. You know, I'm a sucker for good retelling. Pretty great. So next, I just have a collection of books that I'm not as excited about. They're not as like, these are the books I want to read, but the books that I might. I'm not going to really explain them, I don't think. The Brilliant Death by Amy Rose Capetta. It is LGBTQ. I believe the main character maybe is gender fluid. They can like swap their body between male and female magic, so not sure. It's fantasy, it seems cool, and it has this awesome map, and yeah. Then we have Like a Love Story by Abdi Nazemian. This is semi-historical. It's like 1989, so I think I would count as historical, but like it's not that far in the past. About this Iranian boy who is gay, but he's scared to come out because of the AIDS crisis and all the discrimination, I guess, always against gay people. And he like ends up dating this one girl, but then he ends up like falling in love with her best friend and dealing with that. Also, it's just this beautiful color. Then we have Love Your Bunches by Lauren Miracle. This book I have because I want to like get through my physical TBR, so I want to add some kind of middle grade that's on my physical TBR onto this list. But it's also maybe like a childhood favorite, which I guess The Lost Hero counts as that as well, but it's fine. It's about these 4 girls who end up being friends and dealing with this like mean girl, and it's 5th grade, and I remember thinking it was really fun as a kid, so yes. Then I have Nowhere Girls by Amy Reed. I'm just gonna read the back. The shy girl in town, the queer punk girl from a Mexican immigrant family, the girl who suspects she may actually be an android. Apart they're strong, but together they're stronger. They are the first Nowhere Girls. They want to get justice for the one friend who is sexually assaulted, and so they form this anonymous group to try and fight back against abuse and misogyny. And it seems really good, but I'm also thinking it might be a school book, and I don't really want to read school books in like the summer. I can't do inside the summer, so that's why that one's like on the maybe list. Same as 6 Angry Girls also seems awesome. It's like these girls end up forming this like all girls debate club to a mock trial club, sorry, because this one person gets kicked off, the boys, and it also seems great, and like they all seem like people that you'd want to be friends with. However, it's a school book, so I don't know if we'll get to it. Then we have The Brown Sisters by Talia Hibbert. Do you like how it just says Brown Sisters? Specifically, the second one is Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and then Active Age Eve Brown. I really want to read both these. I heard the series only gets better. I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown a while ago, like last month, like April, I think. It wasn't May. I don't remember, but I read it and I loved it, and I want to read more. And it's like a favorite book for two of the, like, each of those books is a favorite for a different host, so I'm hoping to read them to get those prompts. But I don't have them, so it's like if I buy them or not, which I might buy them. I know I just bought a bunch of books, so I shouldn't buy more. However, June is my birthday month, so I think I'm going to be getting some kind of deal from Chapters, my like Canadian bookstore, to be like 20% off for your birthday. And then also I'm hoping maybe to get gift cards. My birthday's at the end of the month, so if I do get gift cards, I won't be able to use them to buy books to read in June. So maybe this won't work, but they are on the list because they are. Then, All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace is also on this list. I read it and I loved it. It has pirates, and I think that's one of the prompts. Like pirates and sea, life at sea sort of thing is one of the prompts for the Studio Ghibli readathon, and so that's why it's on this list. The next book came out in February, and it's another book that I hopefully want to purchase, so I have the first book on here in hopes that I buy the next one. All the Tides of Fate, I think is what it's called. It's a duology, and I'm excited to see where it goes, so. 3 more. Okay. Crown Chasers by Rebecca Coffindaffer. This book is on here because I believe my main character is a romantic, or maybe asexual. I think she's somewhere on one of those spectrums, and so it's LGBTQ. It is space battle thing. It is like this dangerous competition, so it also counts as a book of competition. To try and live up to her family's legacy. And yeah, it's a sci-fi, and I already have 1.5, I guess I would say, sci-fis on here, so that's why it's not like totally on the list, but it's kind of on the list. And then we have We Set the Dark on Fire by Taylor K. Mia. This is a fantasy where women are trained to be like this perfect wife, and they go to school to be like this perfect wife, but then our main character ends up trying to decide if she should join this resistant group. So she's like, should I like do what my parents want me to do and like continue like furthering my education, or should I join this group and like kind of be free and blah blah blah. It's also LGBTQ+, which is why it's on the list. Don't really remember too much else about it, but it's so pretty. I think I could count it as one of the flags. I'm not sure which one though, so maybe not, but yes. Finally, we have A Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett. This book is on here because apparently it's tagged LGBTQ on Goodreads. I don't think I really want to read it now though, because it is a school book and I don't really want to read it. I might save it like more to September, but it's on here because it counts. Oh my gosh, okay, wow, this video is way too long. Hopefully I'll be able to crop it shorter, but thank you so much for watching. These are all the books that I want to read. There's quite a lot of them. Hello friends, it's late in the day. I'm back because apparently I wasn't done. There was another readathon that I wanted to take part in but I forgot about. So I'm gonna quickly mention that now. It is Prideathon. It's over on Instagram and it's being hosted by the Rainbow Readers Book Club. And how it works is there is going to be a selection of prompts each week, and if you read books by that prompt, or for each prompt, then you get points, and then the points like you enter to some kind of giveaway situation. And so each week has a different set of prompts. I'll have the picture thing that tells all the prompts here, and it seems fun, but they just released the prompts like today when I was on Instagram because they wanted to be able to plan a TBR. I think the books that I'm going to read will count for these, so if it counts for one of them, then I'll just count it, which means I'm gonna have another tracking sheet down below. I actually love like tracking sheets and spreadsheets and like all that kind of thing, so I'm living for June. I cannot wait. That was my quick little extra readathon, so now I'm doing 3! But it's fun because the books I read will count for all of them and it'll all be good, and I am so excited. So that is all. Back to the video. But my main goal is 16, hopefully more if I am able to, but at least 16 because I want to get that and all the points. I will have linked down below my progress tracker sheets for myself for going through this readathon, so hopefully you'll be able to view them so then that might make a little bit more sense, because you'll see like once I read a book I'll like add it to all the things, and then it'll make more sense ideally. That is everything I have for you today. It is a lot, but I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be so much fun to be able to take part in these, and I want to start like right now. I know I can't because it's still May, but I really want to start. So yeah, if you're part of either of these readathons or anything, even if you're on a different team, tell me about it, because I like to talk, and I really am hoping that these readathons will help me make like friends on booktube. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I hope you're having a lovely day or afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is for you. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends!